Hey guys, what's up? It is Preach as always. So I'm sure you've already seen it in the title of the video and in the thumbnail, but today I want to talk to you guys about the new perk system that is being used in Modern Warfare 2, at least in the beta so far, and some of those individual perks and how they're working. But before we get into that, you guys know what to do. If you like what you see today, smash that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new here, turn the bell notifications on if you want to know every time I post a new video. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump into this while you're watching some gameplay in the background. The new perk system, you get to choose 2 perks from the category that allows you to run them for the entire match. And then you get to choose a perk that you're going to get. Let's say you get 0 kills, nothing happens, you sit still, do nothing, 4 minutes into the match. And then another perk, your ultimate perk, that you're going to get 8 minutes into the match. Now, these things can be sped up through gameplay. So I found that the perk that you get at 4 minutes, I'm generally getting between 2.5 and 3 minutes based on score, getting it in the game. The better I'm doing at the beginning, maybe up to 2 minutes. Playing a little bit slower, maybe closer to 3 minutes, but getting score in the game is going to speed that up. And then the other perk, the 8-minute perk, I'm getting in that 5.5 to 7 minute range, somewhere in that window that I'm getting that perk, sometimes, right at 5 minutes. So you get these perks laid out in this fashion, and the first thing I want to discuss is, to me, that is a problem, because like Ghost is one of your ultimate perks, or Quick Fix or Fast Hands, where you can swap weapons faster or you start healing right after you kill somebody, is one of the perks you get at the 4-minute mark. Well, let's say you join this game 2.5 minutes into the game. What it's going to do is it's going to knock 2.5 minutes off that timer for you, which sounds great in theory, right? But the problem is, I just discussed with you, I sometimes earn that perk based on score at 2 to 2.5 minutes. Almost every time it's under 3 minutes. So you're going to join a game. It's not your fault you're joining it late. That's just what happens with the lobby disbanding and what happens when you're joining into the game. So it's not really your fault, but you're going to join at 2.5 minutes, and almost everybody is already going to have that third perk that was in the game when it started. But you're not going to have it available for another 1.5 minutes, maybe a little sooner if you start getting score right away. But you're automatically entering the match at a disadvantage to absolutely no fault of your own. And the same thing applies to the perk that you would get later at 8 minutes. Their progress is already going to be started and built towards that, while yours is not. So you're going to earn those perks later, and you're literally going to be at a perk-based disadvantage within the game, and that is a huge imbalance and potentially a huge problem. So I really think they need to take a look at that system and see if there's some way they can revise it. And the reality is, I don't think there was anything wrong with the old perk system at all. So really, this is just kind of reinventing the wheel here a little bit, is it not? We're just taking something that wasn't broke and trying to fix it, and I really don't understand what the point is. I'm great with trying to be innovative and new and do cool things, and the concept of this seems really cool. And if it wasn't creating an imbalance, then great, that would be awesome. And, maybe if they want you to get things later in the match, maybe take score and the ability to earn it faster out, and you just get it dead on these times. Maybe something like that. I don't really know. Generally, if you join a match late, you're already joining at a disadvantage because you've not gotten a chance to see how people are playing, how people are moving on the map, and you're generally joining the team that is losing, which means the other team probably has map control streaks, things like that, because obviously if a team is doing well, people have not backed out of that game, right? So if a team is doing poorly, people back out, that creates openings, and then you get put in that match. You're already at a disadvantage because the other team is already performing well, and now you have this perk disadvantage. That could be a big problem. So I'm not saying it's like an end-all, be-all, worst thing in the world. That's not what I'm getting at. I'm just pointing out that that could become a potential problem for people within the game. Now, I also want to go ahead and discuss some of these individual perks. So I love the Ghost perk. I've been using Ghost since Black Ops 1, And I want to talk about how Ghost worked in Black Ops 1 because it was actually potentially a problem. Ghost in Black Ops 1 worked all the time, no matter what. You could be sitting still, you could be sprinting, it didn't matter. Ghost worked. You were not going to pop up on the UAV because you had Ghost on if you were laying in the same bush for the whole game or sprinting around the map. And what that does is it's potentially just one more thing to make it okay for people to sit still, that Ghost is going to work for them. In almost every other Call of Duty that has had Ghost, this is something that Black Ops 2 fixed, and we've seen it work this way going forward since then until now. So it's like they took something that was broken, fixed it, and now they're smashing it with a sledgehammer again. Now it works when you're sitting still again. In the other ones, you had to be moving. Black Ops 2 and going forward, you had to be moving for Ghost to work. And I think that is just a good balance thing, okay? Just, you have to be moving for you not to pop up on the radar. You've got to move a little bit. There's some leeway for, you know, stopping to reload or ducking behind a head glitch, or you're not moving because you're already in a gunfight. Something like that, that's understandable. Maybe have a little bit of a time delay on there before you come up, but to just camp and sit in one little area, you should be popping up on the radar. Ghost should not protect you in that particular instance. But that's just my personal opinion. Let me know what you guys think about that. And then the other big perk I want to discuss that is something that was also broken in my favorite Call of Duty ever, okay? So I'm admitting, in my favorite Call of Duty, Black Ops 1, these things existed and were broken and were a problem. And that was Last Stand, alright? And the way that it worked might have been called Final Stand. Second Chance, I actually think, is what it was called in Black Ops 1. Where you got shot and you were down and you were laying on the ground and you were gonna die. You couldn't be revived, but you had a pistol and you could still shoot and kill someone after you were down. So they've brought back a similar thing in this game, but instead of pulling out a pistol, you don't have anything, you don't pull out a pistol, but you do get like a self-revive syringe. That way you can use that to bring yourself back if no one finishes off the kill while you're laying there. Who asked for that? Seriously, who asked for that to be brought back? That is unbelievably, I don't even want to use it, because once I get shot, you're probably going to get killed anyway while you're laying there, so it's just delaying the inevitable. I'd rather spawn back into the game. But what it's going to really, really bother me on, alright, and I mean, just be prepared, because it'll probably be footage at some point throughout this game's life cycle, is I'm going to spawn into a game. I'm going to run and I'm going to smoke somebody with a sniper rifle, and then smoke the second guy with a sniper rifle, and then smoke the third guy with a sniper rifle, and then the fourth. And I'm going to be like, awesome, quad feed, and I'm going to look over at the kill feed. There's only going to be 3 names, and I'm going to go, oh no, what happened? I'm going to look back at the players I just shot, and one of them's going to be laying on his back, Narcanning himself back to life because he has Second Chance or Last Stand or Final Stand or whatever you want to call it. But that is a perk that they brought back in this game that literally nobody was asking for. Nobody wants this. Take it out of the game. That is the most hot garbage perk of all time. So, it just drives me crazy. You guys let me know what you think in the comments below, though. Should Ghost be working all the time or only when you're moving? Should Last Stand be in the game? Should the perks be given to you over time, or should you just get to choose, like we normally do, between the list of perks that you want to play with from the categories that are available, and that's what you have to go with? Let me know what you guys think below in the comments. Smash the like button, subscribe if you're new here, turn those bell notifications on so you know when I post a new video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Preach out.